guys, welcome back to Copernicus Corner. I'm here in Watcher of Realms, and I've gotten some things done. So we're going to go over to the Oracle's Trial, check out this Mystery of Artifacts, and I've gotten all the way through this bar here at the bottom. So we got 3454 points. We needed 3450 points. So we get this 4-star psychic power out of that, which will be somewhat useful, I think. Now, the event has started today that I mentioned yesterday, which is the War of Fates. And this is the one where we each are assigned to a team. I was assigned to the Divine League, which is the one currently behind. We've got a basic reward. After the event period ends, all commanders who have participated and earned league points can claim basic league rewards. And that is 10 of these ancient summoning crystal shards, 1 rare summoning crystal, and 80 stamina. Then there are victory rewards. So after the event period ends, commanders in the winning league who have earned league points can claim the additional victory points, which are 2 ancient summoning crystals and 3 random quartz keystones. So if we click enter, then we'll see that I have earned 511 points so far, which has gotten me 200 stamina, 100 legendary skill dust, and 100 diamonds so far. If I can get up to 550, which will happen soon enough, then we'll get 50 diamonds and 1 rare summoning crystal. So, all cool there. On the event list here, we also see celestial gifts. So it has event sign-in, magic paint, scroll exploration, which will open tomorrow, engraver's exhibition, which will open in 5 days, bounty challenge in 7 days, and abyssal derby in 8 days. All right, so let's look at magic paint. It says tap magic paint to place it on the palette. Find the correct color order to complete the painting and claim rewards. Use the clues left after incorrect placements to help find the right one. We currently have 0 paint tubes because we need to come over here to quests and see what we have. So logging in for 1 day gives us 10 paint tubes and 100,000 gold. Spending 500 stamina during the event gives us 5 more paint tubes and 10 5-star psychic powers. Spending 1,000 stamina during the event gives us 300,000 gold and 5 paint tubes, and claiming rewards from Drake's Chasm one time gives us 5 more paint tubes and 10 more 5-star psychic powers. So now we have some paint tubes. However, before I do this, I think I'm going to go over and start something. For the War of Fates event, you earn points in various ways, and one of them is by spending stamina, but others are by assigning XP to people and assigning insignias to people. So it makes the most sense, possibly, to start trying to farm some of the insignias tokens that perhaps I need to promote some people up. So let's kind of get a roundabout idea of where I'm at with that. I think I'm going to come over and just kind of go through and see what anybody needs, actually, really any of my purples, even if they're not people that I'm super interested in necessarily. Just because at the very least it'll give me some idea of what I need to get more of, right? So we need some of these, probably just a little of everything would be fine, but insignia of endurance. So I'm gonna write down endurance, and then I'm gonna put a hash mark on it to say, yeah, we need those. Because if there's something that I don't need, I don't want to go and be farming a bunch of things that I don't really need any of at all. Or that would just be a waste of time. It looks like we need insignia of melee attack, right? So I write down melee hash mark. It doesn't really matter how many to me that I need, and we also need mages. I just want to see what I need more of, more than anything. I don't know if it matters a great deal. This one's endurance, so that gets another hash mark. I just want to see what I want to go for first, pretty much. I would say I don't have much stamina. That's not true. I have a lot of stamina, It's just in potion form, and apparently we're going to get rewarded for using potions. So, cool. We got another melee. Um, Another melee insignias we need. We need more mages. So it looks like it's pretty even what we're going to need more of. This is another melee. As far as just leveling everybody's promotions. And we get 10 of each thing. That's the first marksman. So maybe we don't need a lot of that. I know I don't have a lot of marksmen that are leveled up already. Alright, so we actually primarily need melee more than anything else, looks like to me. So I think I'll go and set some people to start on that. Or not some people, but some raids to start on that. All right, how many? We'll just do. Looks like we have the ability to do 6 of those right now with the amount that we have. So we'll just have that running in the background when we go do this magic paint. I have something to claim here. I don't know what. Arrival of Heroes. Ultimate leaderboard. How odd. Server quests. Okay, so I guess because we have these, because our server has gotten these things, we can claim them. That's cool. So there's one rare summoning crystal and 50 diamonds. 100 diamonds and 1 rare summoning crystal. 150 diamonds and 1 rare summoning crystal. And 200 diamonds and 1 rare summoning crystal. Cool. Claimed all that. Get off of there. And now back over to the events page to go to Magic Paint. And we have 25 paint tubes total to use. No idea how this is done, having never done it before. I see that we have 0 of 11 on the progress egg over there that I've now somehow clicked off of the whole thing of by clicking on, interestingly. Let's go back to it. What is it? I don't know. 0 of 11. Oh, maybe it's of like paint palettes, and maybe we're painting this egg. I guess we're painting this egg over here. And that's a painted egg, perhaps. So, alright, let's just go with glue first. Tap it, place it on the palette, find the correct color order, and to complete the painting thing rewards. Use the clues left after incorrect placements to help find the right one. Let's click on this. Complete quests to obtain paint tubes. Tap the paint to consume a paint tube and move paint to a tray. Each tray can hold 1 paint. Alright. Once all trays are filled, the result will be checked. If any paint is placed incorrectly, a mark will be left. Use the marks to arrange the paint into the correct positions and complete the stage to advance to the next one. So this is like maybe similar to Code Breakers, or it's more like Battleship. You missed my ship? Not really. I think maybe more like Code Breakers. So we put both of those. Okay, that was the correct order apparently. Blue and then green. Alright, so we got 100,000 gold for that. Now we have a couple of possibilities. So, let's go with yellow and blue. Alright, so yellow was correct, blue was wrong. Cool. So number 2 was yellow and green for me. And we got 30 diamonds for that. Alright. Let's go with... I guess that's silver, blue, yellow. And we were correct. Silver, blue, yellow it was. How cool. Alright, huge stamina potion. Now let's try yellow, red, silver. Man, I'm on a roll. Alright, 30 diamonds. Okay, now we got a couple of possibilities. Let's do yellow and silver. Both wrong. Alright, that's cool, because now we know that it's Okay, now we don't know if those are not there at all, or if they were just in the wrong place. So yellow is right, or green was right, rather. We got green and yellow. Yes, green and yellow. Cool. Hey, Dale, how you doing, man? So we got a huge stamina potion for that. What's next? Um, okay, let's do every other one. Let's go silver, blue, red. All wrong. Cool. All right. How about yellow, green, silver? All wrong again. Amazing. All right. Let's do blue, red, yellow. We got yellow right. Okay. Now we gotta go green. Oh, we don't have the paint tubes. That's all right. We've got the colors on the wall, so we'll be able to come back and see that later on. Looks like we have something to claim here, according to... Oh, there it is. Yeah, okay, all right. Down at the bottom here, we've got 50 diamonds, 1 rare gear recasting hammer, and 2 rare summoning crystals out of that. That's cool. All right, come out of here. We've already gained a little bit of stamina just from doing that. Let's go ahead and I think I want to go do some summons, but I think I'm gonna wait on it for a minute because I feel like I could build up a little more stamina first. I think I've got some things in the Void Rift, but wait, in storage there's something to put together here. We've got 41 out of 30 of these 5-star psychic power, so we can use one of those and make a 5-star power psychic power token, which will definitely come in handy. All right, get out of there. And then I was thinking Void Rift because I think I have some things to claim in the Void Rift here. Hey Cody, how you doing? Dill says this paint game is kind of cool. Yeah, I haven't seen it before, so it's all new to me. I don't know if it's a new thing or if it's just new to me. All right, let's go to storage over here, and we definitely have a little bit hanging out in storage for us. So let's go ahead and claim it. I don't see any detriment to claiming it, so let's claim it. We get 32 diamonds, 10 out of 5 chances, 40,000 gold, 30 stamina, and 8,000 hero XP potions for claiming that. And then let's go back to the camp. Dale says they have an ad. Come over to this. No, I don't care about the tide points right now. I haven't done it, and I don't care to claim it, so we'll come over here. Now we have 77 out of 217 possibles on that. And of course it's going down because we're continuing to run the background fights. Okay. So, I'll go and... Well, hold on. Let's go to events first. Other than the things I've already shown you guys, we got the spiritual altar going here. So we can summon heroes to earn points that can be accumulated for great rewards. This depends partially on how lucky you are. The luckier you are, the more you get. Which is funny, because you get the thing for being lucky, the guy that you pulled, but then you also get extra rewards for being lucky. So it's like, the luckier you are, the more you get, which is kind of, it's kind of the way, in a lot of ways, it's not entirely true. There's a lot of strategy to the game, but it's just kind of, as far as the pulls go, it's like, if you get rewarded for being lucky, but then you get like extra rewards also for being lucky. It's kind of weird. Dale's asking Cody if he's done any Titan Forge. Speaking of forges, I have a little bit of forging I need to do. Maybe I should go do that in Rome. So we also have Celestial Gifts. Okay, I showed you guys the Celestial Gifts thing. But on the event calendar, we can see that there's this Argent summoning that happens. This is the Anora 20 times drop rate and guaranteed within 200 summons thing, and also Etril is the other one who gets dropped here, which is really nice. So, good to know. We got War of the Fates over here, which we can come over here and claim our 50 diamonds and 1 rare summoning crystal from that. Alright. Get out of here, and I think I'll go have a look at those artifacts as they're mentioning in the channel. Alright. I don't have any of the Titan Forge things. If you click on it, it'll show you You know, it's basically just wants me to click on it, I think, to see what's going on here. It wants me to click here. Select this event's exclusive artifact. You can only select one rate-up exclusive artifact at a time to increase its forging rate. Before performing any forges in the current event, you may freely change your selection. Apparently, these are exclusives for different folks. I don't have any of these people that are in these little pictures, so it really wouldn't matter greatly to me. I guess if I wanted to do it at this point, it may even make sense to just do his. I don't want to select it right now just in case that changes, but it feels like since I don't have any of these other people, the best bet for me would be to get the Frost Devourer artifact so that I could use it to level up his artifact that he has. I see that Dill is saying he only needs 2 more copies to max out Erlang Shin artifact. I don't know which one that is. Cody says I got really lucky today with my pulls. First 10 pop, I got 2 Legos, Nora and Glacius, saving me a ton of pulls. So that's awesome. Very cool. All right, just get out of there. Not going to choose mine right now, but I do have some things to forge. So we've got these. This legendary forge, which occasionally forges legendaries, 40%, so less than half the time you get a legendary from the legendary forge. Typically, you get epics from the legendary forge. Unlike in, it's kind of interesting the way these are named, because it's like you would think the legendary forge would be for forging legendaries, but it's not really, because mostly you don't forge legendaries. And also, it's like it's not the first time that you can forge legendaries either, because if you go back to Epic Forge, you'll see that you also can forge legendaries there. So it's not like this is the very first level at which you can forge legendaries. That's not it. And it's also not that you mostly forge legendaries there, because that's also not true. The first place you mostly forge legendaries, ironically, is the Mythic Forge, where you have a very small chance of forging a Mythic. The verbiage is interesting here. And if you go down to exclusive forge on that same line, okay, it's an exclusive forge, but you only have a 20% chance of forging an exclusive item. Interesting, right? Anyway, back to the legendary forge, and I digress. We'll use some of our radiant meteorites and see what we can get. Probably some more epics, looks like. And there it is. Keen Wisdom, epic. When there is any ally within one tile, increase attack by 8%. Cool. Try that again. And Cody says he picked Etrin to max his. That makes sense to me. Alright, we actually got a mythic one off of that. That's nice. It's class limited to fighters, and it increases damage by 12%. When HP drops below 50%, the increase is double. That's cool. Let's forge again. We have Icar Chalice, another mythic. Very nice. Class limited to Marksman. Increases damage by 10%. When dealing damage, restores 3% of the hero's max HP. That's pretty cool, actually. Could come in handy in certain instances, right? Let's forge again. See what we got. Cody says I've been working to beat GD 1 and 2. I beat GD 1, but GD 2 is a different story. I'm not sure what GD is. Maybe I should know, but I don't. Alright, we got the North Storm, which is class limited to mages. When shielded, it increases attack by 10%. Interesting. And then, let's see. We have another 3 to go of these. Let's see what we get here. We got the North Storm. We're actually mostly getting legendaries. Very nice. Mythics, legendaries, and mythics. Alright, class limited to fighters. When shielded, increases crit rate by 10%. When the shield disappears, the crit rate bonus will last for 6 more seconds. There are some defenders that shield their compatriots, and playing with those guys would work well with these, but also there are some fighters who have shields that they put on themselves. And so this would work very well with them as well. Alright, let's close that and then pull the next one. Cody's wanting the polished soulstone for beating both stage 13s of GDO. Cody says GD is gear dungeon. You unlock it after beating stages 18 in gear raids. Okay, yeah, I don't have that yet then. Consuming Rage is an epic artifact, increases crit rate by 5% upon entering combat. When a crit hit lands, it increases crit rate by an extra 5%. And then we have one more of these guys to forge. And that is the North's Will. It's class limited to defenders, who whenever the hero loses shield, restores 10% HP. Which again makes sense if you're putting it on either a hero that produces his own shield, or he's running with a defender that produces one, or or maybe like sometimes mages do that. Have healers rather have a shield that goes on to people. I don't know about mages. I don't think I have any mages that shield. I could be totally wrong. Then we have the Mythic Forge. Putting that in air quotes for sure, because you got a 20% chance to get Mythic here. It's not exactly a Mythic Forge, if you ask me. Alright, we got the Watchguard's Wisdom. Increases the chance of triggering an additional basic attack by 0.2% for every 1% increase in rage. This effect can be triggered up to 1 time every 5 seconds. Cool. What else do we have? Cody says my gear's so messed up from swapping it around to beat them. I bet. Now we have the Chalice of Youth. It is class limited to healers. Increases healing multiplier by 18% when healing a hero with less than 30% HP. Cool. Seems fun. And one more to go here, which is giving us Consuming Rage. It's an epic artifact that increases crit rate by 5% upon entering combat. When a crit hit lands, increases crit rate by an extra 5%. Cool. Tap to close. And I don't want to do the exclusive one right now. Dill says the gear dungeons have a bunch more mechanics than the gear raids. Cool. Alright. Good on those for the moment, I think. Let's check mark off this background fight here, which gives us 4,680 coins, 6,426 XP potions, 60 of each of the insignias of melee attack, 4 legendary extracts, and 70 divine emblems. Alright, cool. Now, what more? We've got her over here with some volcanic salt, some flame broiled beef, and some blazing chili. And the reason that I actually was choosing to do the flame broiled beef and the blazing chilies is not this time because of the rare like it normally is, but rather because those are the things needed to make this volcanic, which gives us 60 stamina. It only takes the flame broiled beef and the chilies, so I've just been going for that since yesterday, so that I can get as many of these as possible for this event. So we actually have the ability to do this 10 times, which would be 600 stamina worth of those, if I want to use them. Yeah. So, something to think about. I'm going to go ahead and claim these 2 arena permits that are sitting there. We also can get credit in the event for doing arena fights. So, another thing to think about. Over here at the trade hall, I think I've claimed all of that for the week, so nothing to do there. So the only thing to worry about is these volcanic. It just says volcanic, which is interesting. I think those are shish kebabs if you ask me, however. I'm gonna go with volcanic shish kebabs. Alright. Now, we've got some pulls to do. And why does my healers have a red? I don't know what that's helping. Wanted me to click on them. is I'm not, again, I'm as mentioned many times, I'm not very visually observant, so it's possible that that it's been there this whole time. If I go to artifact, oh, okay, it just wants me to forge, I think. Interesting. Okay, back out of there. Um, in that case, I'm going to go over to the summons, and it's going to show me this video of Honora, which is the one on the banner today. So Honora is a level 5 or a 5-star mage. She's from the cultist and esotericist factions, and it says on her little write-up here, Honora, who fell from heaven for love, cherishes every sunset she views together with Emerit. To soothe his beloved's fears, Emerit created a doppelganger named Labor, forever guarding Honora. That must be that dragon we saw in the arena yesterday. So, okay, it says she's AoE magic attack, summon, and ally buff. So she is a conjurer. And she gives an ally buff. So, talent, when deployed, summons Labor. You click on Labor, inherits 100% of the master's attributes, and assists the master in attacking enemies in range. Each attack deals 90% AoE magic damage to up to 8 enemies. So that's who she summons. The hero and Labor permanently gain Sanctity, immune to most buffs and debuffs. Upon the death of an allied summon, Labor gains 1 stack of Ancient Spirit, which increases Labor's attack by 3%. Stacking up to 6 times. Cool. Alright. Interesting. Cody is saying her cutscene is pretty wild / freakish, and Dill says for real. And Cody says she's such a good champ, though. Well, there you go. Alright. Magic attack. So she's got a fairly normal range for a mage. Deals 90% AoE magic damage to up to 5 enemies. And then we have Worm Dive. That's her ultimate. When activated, Labor immediately deals 360% AoE magic damage to up to 10 enemies in range. Then, during the ultimate, increases Labor's damage by 110% and expands both its attack range and damage range, lasting for 20 seconds. And as you can see, the range on that is pretty huge. It's pretty good. Can't argue with it. Calamity's Whisper is the passive, and it's when attacking, Labor has a 10% chance to generate Noxious Breath, which deals 20% magic damage per second to up to 8 enemies in range. Airborne units take half the damage instead. When the ultimate is triggered, it generates Noxious Breath immediately. Cool. Alright, then we have Agitation, which is another passive effect. When on the battlefield, increases the attack of Labor by 10% and grants damage increase to other allied summons. Damage increase increases their damage by 10%. Alright, what else we have over here? One more thing, which is Arise, my hero. A passive effect. Obtain Hero Emerit to unlock the following bonus effects. Summons Labor Ice instead of Labor. Now, Labor of Ice inherits 100% of the master's attributes and assists the master in attacking enemies in range. Now that's the same as Labor, but this deals 15% increased damage to controlled enemies, and each attack deals 110% AoE damage to up to 8 enemies with a 30% chance to inflict Winter's Bite for 3 seconds. Now Winter's Bite, as I recall, it slows down the enemy and also does some damage to them. So, pretty cool. That is the banner hero at the moment. We have some pulls to use, and we have a little bit of I think we have a little bit of pity built up. I'm not sure how much. Out of curiosity, do we have any legendary ones? We don't. We just have these. So if we go to details and we go to summoning record, we can find where the last one was that we pulled and see about where we're at right now to start with. Okay, so it looks like the last one that I got was, I think that's Cetrum or something like that. And that's page 13. So if we go back and we say, okay, page 12 times 3, That would be 36. So this is 37, and he was the 38th pull there, so I guess it's been 37 pulls. I'm gonna write that down so I can remember where we're at. All right, close this, and then let's go ahead and start this pulling thing. First one, what do we get? Cody says, good luck on the pulls. Well, thank you very much, Cody. And we got something. It is Brunor, the 4-star marksman from the Northern and Infernal trial. Take cover. Brunor's outstanding range allows him to lay enemies low with AoE exploding shells. I'm not super impressed with him, though. It's cool because I already have him and I'll awaken him. But he's not phenomenal, I'll say that much. So that moved us up to level 9 on, or number 9 on the Arrival of Heroes I saw. Let us summon again. Oh, wow. So, we got Salil, a 4-star mage. She's from the Watcher and Infernal faction. As Nero's daughter, Salil has mastered the art of fire magic. Her attacks may bounce to multiple enemies. So I have some of her. I'm not sure if I have her fully awakened. But, so I'm not sure if I'll be using her to awaken, if I'll be using her to sell, basically. But we'll see. Alright, what do we have next? It's knocked our ranking in Arrival of Heroes up to 8, which is always nice. Let's summon again. See what we get here. Looks like we got Rogers, the 2-star defender. Stalwart and loyal, Rogers can bolster his own defenses to become a human wall. Nice. Summon again. 2-star defender for the win. Then we have Ritu, the 3-star fighter. This Scalekin's in it for the thrills. Gains a shield after placement and recovers costs. He's also pinkish purple, which I think is something to consider. If you're going for Violet, he might be as close to Violet as you can get. I'm not sure. Then we have Selkath, the 4-star mage in the Esotericist faction. Selkath's explosive bubbles bounce from foe to foe and is able to increase ally attack speed. I do have Selkath a few times. He's pretty trash, as far as I can tell, unless I have badly mistaken the situation. So, it got us up to rank number 7 in the Arrival of Heroes, which is good. Move forward. And here we have Autumn, a 3-star healer from the Infernal faction. As comforting as the changing leaves, Autumn uses AoE healing and boosts critical damage. I don't know how many copies of Autumn I have, but probably more than enough. Let's go ahead and summon again. She's pretty decent when you don't have like a really good healer. She's pretty decent for doing utility as well as healing. Rumnose is a 2-star defender. This cheeky goblin can't see out of a dream. When healthy, he's mighty hard to take down. He's part of the continuing goblin tribe. There's a lot of goblins in this game, I've noticed. It's a big race here on TFE. Where we have Hayden, 2-star fighter. Bulking and tanky, this trusty warrior can reduce hero summoning costs. We have a couple of those in this already. And more to come, I'm sure. Liam, 2-star marksman. He's from the Piercer faction. And he is one of the best green pulls, in my opinion. One of the best 2-star guys you can get, I think. Unshakable and accurate, Liam can attack multiple enemies simultaneously from an impressive distance. And in the faction trials, he really is still coming into play. It's crazy because most greens don't have a faction, but he does. Summon again here. And here we have Jonas, the 2-star fighter. Your classic drunkard with a spear. He may be a deserter, but he sure can bolster himself in a fight. We have a good number of drunkards who are fighters. It's interesting. Here's Langland, the 2-star healer. Langland is as devout as can be. His healing magic dispels negative effects, keeping allies in the fight. And he is kind of, we got a lavender pink one. So you could put him and Rutu together and start your purple loop. You know? Just consider. It would be not great, but it will be purple. That's royalty, right? Alright, here we have Arlo. 2-star fighter, a masked man of the people. Arlo's a dexterous fighter who can reduce hero summoning costs. You know, it does this a lot where it'll say like a masked man of the people and then it has a period. And then it'll have another sentence that could easily be like part of the same. So it could have been, you know, if they put a comma there instead of a period, that would have made a lot of sense. But I've seen this a lot in the write-ups where it's like I feel like writing them and being like, hey, make that a comma and that sentence is going to flow so much better because otherwise we've got to stop and then start the next. It's a whole thing, you know. But what do I know, right? Okay, let's summon again. Dill says drunkards probably shouldn't have spears. I don't know because I tell you what, having played pool with people on a number of occasions, what I find is you get some people who actually play better when they're drunk. And it's like, does that also apply to spears? Because you're holding a spear in much the same way that you're holding a pool stick, right? And so it makes you wonder, you know, somehow, even though they may be falling around and they can't like make it to the pool table, once they get there, they're like focused and they get it. It's crazy. All right, Halder, 2-star fighter. As a traveling mercenary, Halder seeks to repay a debt that saved his very life. This one has the comment, which is great. I appreciate the comment. That's all I'm saying. All right, Halder, 2-star guy. And now we have Arlo. He is the 2-star fighter who is a masked man of the people, and he can reduce summoning costs. Now for Screef. I knew he was bound to make an appearance soon. I normally get a lot of Screef. He is a 2-star marksman. He's also yet another goblin. You'll see. Can't trust this one. This vile goblin will lead you into the dark before plugging you with his daggers. That's where he does his best work. You're going to summon again. Aha. It's a something. Oh, it's an Eadril. Excellent. I need Eadrils. I need like 4 more Eadrils or something like that. After this. So a 4-star marksman from the Watcher and Piercer faction. Eadril's prowess is legendary. Her limitless shots ignore range entirely to suppress the enemy. That's gonna be cool. Alright. Summon again. And this time we got Elkos, a 3-star marksman from the Cultist faction. I was doing a lot of using of him yesterday in the Cultist faction trial. And he's not bad really. He slows and he also DPSs a little bit. So Dill says, yeah, her A5 is really good, and I think that's in reference to Eadril, and Codus is nice. Okay, not every day you see an ivory-skinned goblin, and not today either is the crazy part, because this is like, I'm not seeing the ivory here. This would be old ivory, I suppose. I don't know, maybe he was ivory-skinned when he was young, and things have just not gone super well for him. Things bad occurred in his life, or just maybe he's extremely old, and once upon a time his skin was ivory. Now it's questionable. With frosty arrows that inflict slow, he just can't miss. He also has red eyes, and obviously we're going for the albino thing here. I'm just not sold on it, you know? Alright, let's summon again. And now we have Liam again, 2-star marksman piercer guy. And again, I think he's pretty good for a 2-star. I don't need a bunch of them, of course, but if you don't have any marksmen yet of good quality, he can work in a pinch. Now we have Ryder, a 2-star fighter. Obsessed with Arlo, this double-bladed warrior mimics his every move. will increase his own attack. It's a strange thing to be obsessed with someone who isn't really any better than you are. But okay. I guess he's just his little minion who doesn't recognize perhaps his own worth. And here we have Duradel, the 3-star fighter. Elf, both. Duradel's surge skill does massive damage and restores HP. Talk about versatile. Now, I haven't ever used Duradel, I don't think. And so I can't speak from personal experience with him, but I do think that he's not, I don't know. I didn't see the potential in him. I just kind of left him. And there's another Duradel. Isn't it interesting how sometimes they do that? Or to like get stuck on something, just keep on summoning the same dude. Cool. Not bad. I'd like to get stuck on somebody like Idril. Let's summon Idril 3 times in a row. Let's give that a shot. Alright, Glenn, the 3-star defender. Devout to the holy life, this reliable defender turns to prayer in order to deflect and reduce damage. So he is a paladin. Let's summon again. Here we have Hayden, a 2-star fighter. He is the hulking and tanky one who reduces summoning costs. We've had him 3 times so far this full session indeed. Followed by Gonkba, the 3-star mage from the esotericist faction. I think he can be used. Well, he can definitely be fused to make somebody, but I don't really. That's one prickly goblin. Gonkba flings AoE spikes with abandon while inflicting slow. So he's got a little bit of crowd control going with him as well. Followed by Sources, the 3-star mage from the Nightmare faction. I think I may have Sources fully awakened, but I'm not sure. Advisor to the Nightmare Legion, Sources preys on the weak. He does exceptional damage to low HP enemies. Let's continue. Summon again. And what have we? Ryder, 2-star fighter. He's the one who's obsessed with Arlo. Cody says, yeah, it's a lot of photo champs. That's why 10 pulls are the way. Yeah, no, yes and no. I like to go through and observe each of them. And, there's the whole suspense, you get the suspense. Got to get the full effect. All right, summon again. I do have to do some 10 pulls at some point because I saw that there's some there's like achievements you can get for doing 10 pulls, and like if you get all greens, then you get an achievement for that. So that's super cool. I'm certain I can get all greens. That won't be hard. So I do want to at some point do some 10 pulls just to try to get those achievements. Not at the moment though, I think. So Elikos, 3-star. He's a 3-star marksman from the cultist faction, and he's the one we were talking about earlier with the ivory skin, which is not exactly ivory in my opinion. Still wants to know which side we got on War of Fates. I'm in the divine something or other on it. We got Ryder, the 2-star fighter. This is the 3rd pull on him, I think, for this this session. Dell also got divine. Nice. How about you, Poggy? What are you doing? Oh, look at that. We got somebody. It's Astriel. It's my first tactician. How cool. All right. It's a Northerner Nightmare faction guy. He's new for me, obviously. Astriel surges into battle, his ancestral might pulsing through his veins. With a vampiric aura cloaking allies, he stalks his prey, master of blood and death on the hunt. Well, that seems very nice. I'm very pleased to get this tactician. I don't know how to use them yet, so that's gonna be a fun learning thing right there. Very nice. Appreciate the luck on that one. And look, we're up to level 6 on the rank 6 rather on the Rival of Heroes. Now the cool part is that means we got a legendary without getting a Nora, so we can still get a Nora within the next 171 pulls. How cool. There's 17 rare crystals left. And then we have some diamonds, 9,441 diamonds. So, let's see how it goes. How cool. Summon again. Dill says, woo! And Cody says, dang, very nice. I agree. Alright, so now we have Arlo, the two-star fighter. He's a masked command of the people. And, he does good for summoning costs. Followed by Cutter, a two-star marksman. He is another goblin, and he plugs you with daggers in the dark. Think. Arlo, two-star marksman. And by the way, this is the one the other dude is obsessed with. Is that not a little bit weird? Like, they're both two stars. Why? You know, what's the hero worship here? I mean, I feel like maybe, I don't know. It seems a little strange. Oh, Cody is also Divine. Man, it sounds like we got a good team over there on Divine then. Alright, here we have Cutter, the two-star marksman. Oh, I didn't read his thing. He downs ale with less grace than Nox. I'll tell you that about him. We also went up in our ranking on the summoning event or trial. Here we have Gauntlet once more. Three-star mage from the Esotericist faction. He slings spikes with abandon and slows his enemies. Alright, here's Barclay. First instance of Barclay this summoning session. He is a three-star fighter. When deployed, Barclay raises the defense of nearby allies. His pike grants him decent range. I've never actually used him that I can recall. Not to say that I won't. And of course, I probably did use him when I was throwing people down in that Frost trial thing. This is the guy who's obsessed with Arlo. So he also is a fighter. And he's another two-star. It's very interesting. So, don't know what to say about that. Parabola Fears, we've gone up to rank 4. Moving along in that. Not that I expect to keep it or anything, but hey, you know, it's there for the moment. Here we have Nash, the three-star fighter. His name hits the nail on the hammer. Nash eviscerates multiple enemies at a time with this morbid club. I have used Nash. He costs a lot to put out, as I recall. I want to say like something crazy, like 22. And I may be mixing him up with somebody else, but I think so. And then Drogo, talk about costing a lot for very little return. Drogo is a three-star marksman from the Piercer faction. And man, he is not great. I don't know. I mean, he's just not great. There's nowhere to hide. Drogo's massive range and AoE ultimate will have enemies scrambling for cover. You know, it makes him sound a lot better than my experience with him indicates. That's all I can tell you. And now we have Camille, a three-star healer from the Watcher faction. Camille is ever the sight for sore eyes. Channeling the power of the holy light, she'll patch you up in no time. One cool thing about Camille is that she does put shields. She's a single target healer, and she puts a shield on somebody periodically, which can definitely come in handy. Here we have Dagna, the three-star defender from the Northerner faction. She's very useful. I used her in like the melee. I guess it was the melee insignia raids. It's very useful. Mighty things come in small packages. Dagna's a North Throne faction leader able to greatly heal herself. You know, she's not like going to be, I doubt she's going to be used in most things, but she does well in certain instances. And she is also a lord. Now we're going to summon again. And this time we have Nash again. We just got Nash a few minutes ago, not even minutes, maybe minute-ish. So Nash, the three-star fighter. He is a hammer head. Alright, who do we have here next? We've got Gomper again. Gomper is the three-star mage from the Esotericist faction, and he slows folks down. Voltus, the 3-star mage from the cultist faction. Voltus, assigned to protect the commander, possesses electrical powers of mysterious origin. Beware his devastating storm. He does have a nice electrical field. He's very good at the start of the game, which is when you get him to start with. I think that he's very good for the first part of the game. Here we have Jonas, the 2-star swordsman. He's a fighter, a drunkard, as they call him. But he's a green guy. Here we have Ogre, the 3-star fighter, the epitome of a berserker. Shields won't help when he enters your rampage. I don't know if I've ever actually used him yet, but I've pulled him lots of times. Dill says lots of rares to sell for gems at least. Yeah, absolutely. I'm okay with that. Here we have Rogers, a 2-star defender, stalwart and loyal. Rogers can bolster his own defenses to become a human wall. And we'll summon again, and we'll probably need to sell some rares so that we can be sure to try to get this Nora if possible. Here we have Rogers again. He's a 2-star defender, and he can bolster his own defenses to become a human wall. And here we have Jonas again, 2-star fighter, who is a classic drunkard with a spear. Followed by Arlo. He is a masked man of the people, and 2-star fighter who can bolster. Let's see, he reduces summoning costs, is what he does. Cuke. We haven't seen Cuke yet this time around. He's a 3-star marksman, a cunning goblin archer whose poisoned arrows bounce from foe to foe. Beware his traps. At least I don't think so. Now that I'm reading it again, I'm thinking, well, maybe we have seen him this go around. I'm not really sure. It's a possibility. Maybe yes, maybe no. Here we have Cutter. Cutter is a 2-star marksman. We got him earlier, but I went on by because for some reason I was like, oh, another goblin. And I thought we'd done already, but we didn't. He's from the Piercer faction. Cutter launches poison-laced daggers with ease, but downs blows with less grace than an ox. So, alright. Moving on, we have Cultist again. He's a 3-star mage from the cultist faction. He starts out as this like gym guy, and then he turns into a dude. As soon as you promote him, he starts getting to be a guy. Here we have Ryder, the 2-star fighter, who is obsessed with Arlo. Weirdly. It's a strange obsession. That's all I can say. And Rumnose the Goblin. He's a 2-star defender who can't see out of a dream. Langwin. We have a copy of Langwin earlier. He's a 2-star priest. I can't remember his write-up, but he's a 2-star priest. Oh look, Idril again. Great. All right. She's a 4-star marksman. Very good. We saw her a few moments ago. At this point, a number of moments ago. And she can awaken our current Idril, which would be nice. Here we have Jonas. He's your classic drunkard with a spear. He's a 2-star fighter. Followed by Halder, a 2-star fighter, and he's out to repay a debt that saved his very life. And our arrival of heroes went up to rank 3. Now we have Maureen. Maureen is one that you get early on. She's a 3-star marksman from the Infernal and Piercers faction. Captain Reeves' first mate at your service. Maureen bombards enemies with her explosive ultimatum, and she bombards friends with her explosive commentary. We shut off the voices because of Maureen more than anything. Some of them are rough, but she's probably the rougher one. Dill says, it's cool that they actually made it good to get dupes in this game. Yeah, that's true. I agree. You still feel okay. You don't feel too bad when you get duplicates. You can still at least sell them. You don't just have to trash them. It's nice. So Glenn is a 3-star defender, devout to the holy light, this reliable defender turns to prayer in order to deflect and reduce damage. I don't know if I've actually ever used it or not. Here we have Garut. I think he's one of the starter guys as well. He's a 3-star fighter from the Watcher faction, and he's a lord. Garut is a roughneck faction leader of the Watch Guard. His mechanical fists wreak havoc with burn damage, and he also runs the market. It's like a Dwarven Association's market. Blacksmith. I want to call him a blacksmith. He's not a blacksmith. I feel like he would be because he's a dwarf, and for some reason that goes hand in hand, but he's not. Alright, so Rogers is a 2-star defender guy, and he can bolster his own defenses to become a human wall. And then we have Gorza, a 3-star defender, as fierce as she is gorgeous. This Orcish shield maiden stands firm and mauls many, and that's another instance at which it would have been great if they used a comma instead of a period. That's all I'm saying. Someday, maybe that'll be addressed. We'll see. Here we have Shelor, the 3-star fighter. 2 axes are better than 1. Shelor's blood surge throws her into a frenzy. If I used Shelor ever, it was very free. Cody says, no, just beat GD2 stage 13, but one dude got through on the last wave. That sucks, man. Sorry to hear that. Arrival of Heroes, rank 2 at this point. Yeah, sometimes, man, they can just slip on through. Try it again. You can do it this time. Alright. Here we have Spring, a 3-star healer. As rejuvenating as the season itself, Spring can heal multiple units at once. I don't know. I may have tried Spring, but she wasn't very good, or I just kind of looked her over and went, she's not very good. I think that's what I did when I was looking for a secondary healer. I looked at her versus Autumn, and Autumn just was better. Here we have Praetor, the 2-star defender. Wielding his great mace, Praetor defends the weak while in constant search of his lost love. It's a sad tale of a defender and the woman he loved. Or loves, as the case may be. Here we have a 3rd copy of Langland for this summoning session. Langland is devout as can be. This healing magic dispels negative effects and all of that sort of thing. It's a 2-star healer. Bill says, do you have to 3-star it for the Soul Stone? Ah, sweet. Like your friend and mine, the Goblin, who's a 2-star archer. And here we have Ryder, 2-star fighter, who's obsessed with Arlo for reasons unknown. We need a little bit more story behind that. Why is he obsessed with Arlo? It's strange. And Jonas, the 2-star fighter, who is a classic drunkard with a sword. He can bolster his own defenses, I think. And Gorza, the 3-star defender, as fierce as she is gorgeous. If you're into orcs, you know what? The cool part is that whether she's gorgeous or not depends on your own personal opinion. So maybe that also is what determines whether she's good or not. Here's Ryder, 2-star fighter who is obsessed with Arlo. And then we have Liam, a 2-star marksman from the Piercer faction. And again, I'll reiterate, probably, if not the best green guy, definitely up there among them. And there's Langland, the 2-star healer. I think that's the 4th iteration of him this summoning session. Rumnose, the 2-star defender. He's a drunkard as well, but when he's healthy, he's mighty hard to take down. And Camille, the 3-star healer from the Watcher faction. She's one of the first people that you get in the game. And she's a very solid healer for a long time. I was continuing to use her. I only recently replaced her. Liam, the 2-star piercer marksman guy, who is, as mentioned, quite good for what he is. Followed by Screef, the 2-star marksman, who I have pulled many, many, many times. The goblins, the problem is partially that all of the goblins are very similar. Here we have Scorch. I've never had Scorch, but I've seen other people use it. I think I think that I've seen him played in Arena by people. He's a 4-star fighter from the Infernal faction, a hot-tempered Scale King fighter who burns enemies with a jet of AoE fire from his snapping maw. And I wonder if maybe where I saw him was in the AoE fight. Possibly people are using him there. He's an AoE guy. I know nothing more about him than that. Alright, here we have Rex. He's one of your first people too. And he's a 3-star defender from the Watcher faction. Unyieldingly loyal to the commander, Rex uses sword and shield to stun enemies and deal AoE damage. And he's really, he's not bad. He's not a bad tank at all. Tankiness is good on. Then we have Cutter, the 2-star piercer. Well, he's from the piercer faction, so he's a piercer marksman. And he is the one who downs booze with less grace than a Nox. But I'm curious right now. Oh, it's telling me insufficient hero capacity remaining. 12 heroes stored in backup storage. Yes, well, let us confirm this. Because I just want to see what pool number we're on. So we're on 82 out of 200 right. And I'm going to pause this to go back and start some things running in the background that I don't need anything from here, but it looks like I do have some things to claim. And those things are, we've got 100 stamina, 1 mystery demon chest, 45 diamonds, and 3 legendary skill crystal shards. Those are all from summoning people and getting boosted up in this major here on the bottom. So that's pretty cool. We're also second place right now, far behind first place, and no real, it doesn't matter if we get into first place or not. The key thing is we're trying to get Nora, and if we can continue to be on the leaderboard, that's cool too. But it's extra, If we can get the 6,000 down here, that'd be cool to get an ancient summon pistol for certain. All right, backing out of there. Let's see. We've got a weekly quest to claim, which is performs 10 summons. We get 750 gold dragon tokens for that, which is cool. Let's get out of there. We've got something to do here in the storage with shards, so let's make a legendary skill crystal out of those shards. Alright. There's something over here. I don't know what that's. Okay, that's, I think that's one of the demon things. We're gonna not do anything with that right now. There's something in events on the spiritual altar. Summon heroes to earn points that can be accumulated for great rewards. So let's claim all that stuff and look at how many things there are here. That's really phenomenal that we've gotten this far. So if we can get down to the 10,000 on this, that would be also phenomenal. So we get the ancient summoning crystals for that. Let's claim all and see what we have. We got 100 diamonds, 300 legendary skill dust, 100 epic skill dust, 4 4-star psychic powers, 3 epic skill crystals, and 150,000 gold. And that's going to come in handy in the War of Fates thing as well. Kind of checking where we're at in that. Looks like we're being defeated over here. Our Divine League is 7,000, well, almost 7,000 behind. I'm going to have to pick up the pace there. But, that'll be something to worry about later on. There's also something over here in the achievements. So let's go to collection. Own 10 different legendary orange heroes. Excellent. We got 10 achievement points and 2 rare summoning crystals for that. Nice. Not bad at all. I wonder, too, if we might have... Yes, in the gallery we have something clear. The Infernal Blast. We have this, which unlocks crit damage plus 5% for everybody in the group. Very cool. Alright, nothing else to claim over there yet. But we have quests to claim. Perform one summon, and we got 2 4-star psychic power shards for that. And could go to the summoning window and claim that stuff, but let's check in on Baroot real quick, who has some Nothing actually turns out. He has nothing worthwhile. All right. But I do want to send out somebody to, like, we need to go do something insignia related. So I'm gonna go ahead and claim whatever we have here. 2050 coins, 1850 XP potions, 6 stamina, 2 diamonds, and 2 mithril. So we claim that. And then I just went out for melee attack insignia. So let's do endurance next. So we'll go to the raids, promotion raid, and endurance, because using the insignias is going to give us more points in the war event. That war of, let's see, what was it called again? War of Fates. That's one of the ways you get points, is by using insignias. What's interesting is I don't see the write-up on how to do it at this point. It told us, what if I click enter? Maybe then it will. Yes, and then up there. Okay. So, grouping phase. During the grouping phase, commanders who meet the event requirements will be randomly assigned to enter the Divine League or Infernal League. After the event begins, commanders can check the current league in the event interface. League points cannot be earned during the grouping phase. Event phase. After the event begins, commanders can earn league points by using specified items, participating in the arena, and challenging the Drake's Chasm. Check the event details for all available point earning methods. Commanders can claim personal score rewards after earning a certain number of points. These rewards can be claimed during both the event phase and the ranking calculation phase. Each league has its leaderboard, which ranks the top 100 commanders based on their total points earned during the event phase in descending order. When league points are tied, the commander who reached that score first will be ranked higher. Leaderboard points are not updated in real time. Commanders who want to see immediate changes can try switching to leaderboard interfaces. The league's total score is the sum of all member scores. The league with the higher total score at the end of the event phase wins. League's total scores are updated every 2 to 5 minutes. Commanders can claim ranking rewards and league rewards during the ranking calculation phase. After the event ends, there will be a 2 to 3 minute period for final score tallying to determine the winning league. Every commander who's earned points can claim the basic league rewards. Commanders in the winning league can claim additional champion league rewards. Commanders ranked in the top 100 can claim their corresponding ranking rewards, and after the ranking calculation phase ends, the claim rewards will be distributed via mail. If a commander does not log in to claim rewards within 7 days of the calculation phase, ranking rewards and champion league reward will not be compensated via mail. Only personal score rewards and basic league rewards will be compensated. Alright, cool. And then we can see how to earn points right here. So, consuming stamina to gain points gives us tokens. Consuming gold to gain points. So if we consume gold, if we consume stamina, or if we consume gear or XP points, potions rather, then we get points for this. So that's not consuming stamina potions as I had originally thought, or maybe I was reading that somewhere else. Development items includes all of the different insignias, also legendary extracts, mythic extracts, rare skill dust, all of the skill dust, skill crystals of all kinds. That gives you points. It gives you a good number of points. And then participating in arena, you, regardless of how you do or what rank you are, you'll get points for that. And then, of course, challenging Drake's Chasm. Get points for the amount of dragon blood you get in each one of these different ones. So there's a bunch of different ways to earn some points. Definitely get in there and start on that engagement. And that is why I need to go run some. What's the best option here for this? Probably, I'm running the insignia ones, or I was, and maybe I should do, I feel like running the insignia ones gives me both XP and um, the insignia tokens, whereas running just the XP ones just gives me XP. And since I'm going to be getting some people to level up, it feels like that might be the best way to go, but I'm not really sure. I'm going to go ahead and go to my heroes at this point because I have too many, and go to sell them. And let's go. Okay, we don't have any level 1 heroes here. How about level 2s? We can keep, I'm going to keep 4 of each of the fusible guys, and then we can throw everybody else away, I think. Considered keeping 1 of each of the other guys, but I don't know. The only reason that I'm keeping these guys is because um, you can use them to make more of the fusible guys for awakenings, as well as for other things. So, you get them a lot, and so you don't really need to keep an abundance of them. But I figured 4 gives me enough stuff to work with there. So now, my understanding is that the ones that they throw into this window here are the ones that we have duplicates of already, and they don't have gear on them or anything like this. So we're gonna keep of these. Um, I'm still gonna do the same idea. I think I had been just keeping 1 of the fusible guys, and honestly, that might be what I end up doing again. But for now, I'll keep 4, and then I'll come back and probably, delete 3 out of 4 later. Let's go ahead and dismiss those guys. We got some diamonds for that. What's funny is, I didn't check for awakenings first. That was silly. Alright, well, let's do that. We can awaken Etril. Let's go ahead and get her awakened. And here is locked. Please unlock before awakening. Okay. Awaken her. And that gives her basic attack damage plus 10. And we get a 4-star psychic power, which is also nice. Let's go to this one and awaken her again because we have a second Etril. Attack plus 200 is what she's going to get out of this one. Very nice. And we get a 4-star psychic power once more for that. So we got rid of another couple of people there and awakened her up. I gotta tell you, I'm fairly amused that I deleted the blues without doing the awakens first. That was humorous. Alright, here we have the Bruno guy. And we're gonna awaken him. So, every 1 tile away from the target increases damage by 2% and the explosive shell status can stack with the monolithic bullet effect. That's cool. And we get a 4-star psychic power for that. I think I only had 1 thing for him. Yeah, I did. I have 5 soul stones for this, but I don't really want to, I certainly don't want to use for him. Alright, so Leo, we have 1 more of her here that we could use to awaken her. This makes the attack interval go down on one of her spells there, so cool. We got a 4-star psychic power from that. Let's go back. And here we have the fish guy. He's not great. Will Awakening. Alright, we're gonna unlock this guy and awaken. It's like Selknor or something like that is his name. When attacking, the caster has a 25% chance to fire an additional enchanted bubble with 50% power. And we got a 4-star psychic power for that. Alright, cool. Check mark this. We got 5,460 coins, 5,439 XP potions, 1 mythic extract, 70 of each of the insignias, 2 legendary extracts, and 70 divine emblems for that. And now I'm going to start another set of things to go off. Well, no, I'm not, because, yeah, pros and cons. I don't know. Do I use some things, get some stamina and go do that? Probably ought to, right? I think so. So let's go back to raids, go to promotion raids, and do mages next. We haven't done mages yet. So let's go do mages. Auto fight. We're going to do 10 auto fights. So that seems like a nice round number. Well, okay, actually we're going to do 9 because then we can just use 1 of these potions. And that seems like a good plan. Let's do it. 200 stamina and get going on those in the background. Alright, out of there. And now back to doing schools, I think. So we go to summon. Let's go ahead and claim these 4 legendary extracts, 20 diamonds, and 2 rare summoning crystals from that. Cody says, I'll have 3 polished soul stones when that achievement comes out. So when and if I get Ingrid, straight to A3 she goes. Cool. Jill says he put all of his into her as soon as he pulled her. Well, I don't know Ingrid, but I'm sure she's amazing. All right. Oh yeah, right. Backup storage. Sure. Let's throw those into our bags then. All right. Summon. We currently have 4 rare summoning crystals plus the diamonds. So here we have Arlo, the 2-star fighter. He's a masked man of the people, and he reduces summoning costs. Always nice. Ogrel is a 3-star fighter, epitome of Berserker. He has like a berserk rage he goes into if you don't understand him. Here we have Arlo. He's a masked man of the people who reduces summoning costs, and you got him like 2 pulls ago. So, and Rogers, the 2-star defender, who is stalwart and loyal. He can bolster his defenses, I believe, to become a human wall. And Drogo, the 3-star marksman from the Piercer faction. And really the only, I don't know, it's nothing. I have nothing good to say about him with my experience. He's a lizard. I guess that's something. And here we have Spring, who is a 3-star healer. Not as good as Autumn in my experience. Probably, better than nothing. You need an AoE healer and you don't have Autumn or anyone else. I think she might fit that bill. I'm not really sure. And there's Praetor. He's the 2-star defender who goes around looking for his lost love. And we went up to rank 3 in the Heroes Summoning Game. Rumnose is a 2-star defender who can't stay out of the drink, but when he's healthy, it's mighty hard to take down. Cody says, it's kind of sad there's no Brave Conquest right now. Well, that would be excellent, but beggars can't be choosers. We're getting all kinds of stuff here, so no real complaints. Here we have Amelie. I think it's Amelie. Amelie, the 3-star marksman, a huntress not to be trifled with. Amelie's spears are deadly accurate, greatly reduce enemy defense. And Ryder, the 2-star fighter who's for some reason obsessed with Arlo. Camille is the 3-star healer from the Watcher faction. We get her near the start of the game. She's a single target healer, and she provides a shield for people. Here's Sorzus, the 3-star mage from the Nightmare faction. He is, his primary benefit that I've seen thus far is that he's from the Nightmare faction, and Meshfor boosts Arrogance's attack speed when he comes out. Here we have Hayden. He is a 2-star fighter, bulking and tanky, and when he comes out, he reduces summoning costs. Here's Jonas, a 2-star drunkard with a spear. Nash, the 3-star fighter. His name hits the head on the hammer. It's very, very interesting. What is it exactly? It's the nail on the hammer head. That's what it says. Alright. Cutter is a 2-star piercer. 2-star piercer marksman, I suppose. And here's Screef. Screef is the 2-star marksman who will lead you into the dark and plug you with his daggers. Jonas is a 2-star drunkard with a spear who also happens to be a fighter. Rumnose is a 2-star defender who's a goblin, and it wants you to believe that he's very tough. I'm not sure if he is. Alright, here we have Narvi, a 3-star fighter. She's pretty good because she gives inspiration to a couple of people around her in a square. The most inquisitive adventurer, Narvi makes a great companion, bolstering heroes and reducing costs. She is, in fact, useful in many ways. Here's Hayden, 2-star fighter, bulking and tanky. He can reduce hero summoning costs. Now for Halder, the 2-star traveling mercenary who is looking to repay a debt that saved his very life. He was a fighter, by the way. And here's Cube, the 3-star marksman goblin, and his arrows bounce around, and he lays traps. Cody says, pretty cool you got Astriel, he'll help your Nightmare team. That's extra cool if he's part of the Nightmare faction. I thought it was cool getting him regardless, but Nightmare seems like if he's part of Nightmare, that'll help, because I've been having to struggle to find some people to throw in there. Alright, Duradel is the one who can't decide if he's a vampire or an elf, and he has that bluish colored skin. Not quite purple enough to get into our purple league. Here we have Sorzus. He's kind of purple. He could go in there. 3-star mage from the Nightmare faction. Dell says, yeah, he's in 2 of the best progression factions. Cool. Who's the other one? What's the other faction he's in besides Nightmare on the Casting? Here's Shelor, 3-star fighter, and she uses Blood Surge to throw herself into a frenzy. And we made rank 2 in the Arrival of Heroes. Cool. I think we had been rank 2, maybe possibly earlier, and then got knocked back down. So here's Dagna, the 3-star defender from the Northern faction. She's the one I mentioned earlier, is quite useful when you're leveling up. I think it's the melee insignia things. Oh, here's Titus, a 4-star defender. I don't think I've ever seen Titus. I see that he's a robot. I wonder if he's friends with Septrum or whatever his name is. So he's from the Infernal faction. And it says, while unable to be healed, this fortress of a defender can repair himself and smash multiple enemies at once. Alright, so we got an AoE guy. Yeah, maybe him and Sectrum could be friends. Cool. I like it. Northerner faction is the other one. Dill says, I played around with him a little bit, but we got Moradin around the same time, so I ended up using him. I don't know who Moradin is, but cool. Alright, summon again. Let's see what we get. It is Autumn, the 3-star healer, and I used her for a while. She's from the Infernal faction. As comforting as the changing leaves, Autumn uses AoE healing and boosts critical damage. She is helpful, boosting your folks up, and I'm sure I will use her in continuing faction trials. Alright, Arlo is a 2-star fighter who's a masked man of people. And there's another Autumn, a 3-star healer from the Infernal faction. I always want to say the Infernal clan or like tribe or something. There's Ryder, the 2-star fighter who is obsessed with Arlo. Langland, 2-star healer, and he does the things with the stuff and the healing. Okay, Ryder is the 2-star fighter obsessed with Arlo. And now we have, oh good, another copy of Etrol, 4-star marksman. She's from the Watcher and the Piercer factions. And she can hit anywhere on the board with her ultimate, which is something very nice about her. Here's Liam, the 2-star marksman from the Piercer faction. And he's fairly decent as greens go. Here's Decimus. He can be useful as well. This is a 3-star fighter. Relentless to the T, this undead warrior stays in the fight even after his health has been depleted. And of note, he's cheap to put back out, so he won't stay out long, regardless of what you do. And so you can't use him as like a tank in that sense, but you can put him down for people who hit hard and fast, and, like the guys who run into you and blow up. Alright, here's Voltus, a 3-star mage from the Cultist faction. He's one of the guys you get at the start of the game, and he's very good for quite a while. Here's Jonas, the 2-star fighter who's a drunkard with a spear, but apparently he does well according to this, when he can stand up, I suppose. Here's Rumnose, the 2-star defender goblin, and he also likes a little bit of the tree. Dill says Infernal Faction Trial is probably the hardest up to stage 12. Huh, interesting. Here we have Halder, a 2-star fighter who's wandering around trying to repay a debt that saves his very life. Liam, the 2-star marksman from the Piercer faction. I've gotten quite a number of repeats of him this session. But here we have Ryder, the 2-star fighter who's obsessed with Arlo, which we already knew some about from these previous summons, and from before, of course. Alright, and here is where we're at right now. 125 out of 200 of the possible summons for this. So alright, let us continue. Maybe not yet, because our background fight is completed. So let's go back out over here and check on this. We got 7,020 coins, 6,993 XP potions, 1 mythic extract, 2 legendary extracts, 90 of each of the insignia mages, insignias, and 100 divine emblems. Click OK here. And I think, let's see, we should get another one started on that, probably. Let's go to raids. Maybe not yet. Maybe first I need to go to events and see about claiming this spiritual altar stuff. Okay, cool. We got an ancient summoning crystal. Nice. Nothing wrong with that. Let's hop over here and see how much more we need before we can get the next thing here, which is summoning crystal. We're at 4,769 points. We need to have 6,000 to be able to get that. Seems like that is possible. We'll see. Alright. Go back over to the summoning window. Let's claim the rewards. We got 10 diamonds and 4 legendary extracts. I better check and see if Garut... Okay, it's 132, so no, he's not ready yet. Alright, back to raids because we need to send him out for some marksman guys on these promotion insignias. Marksman, go, and I'll do 10 more here. Alright, so we're gonna have to use another, actually 9. 9 is what I did last time to be able to just use one of these potions here. Alright, so we got that, and that's 200 stamina, and then we go ahead and start, minimize, and alright, that looks good. Alright, let's go to summons, and alright, I'll be right back in just a second. Alright, I have made it back. Cody says, always gotta love an ancient shard. Absolutely. Cody says, I think Eovar and Erling Banner keeps pulling an ancient exclusive Lego. You know, who knows? Who knows? Pulling Eovar would be huge. I don't know Eovar, but I'm sure they're good because anytime I hear you guys talking about somebody, it's normally the better people, so we'll see. Hey, Lycros, how you doing? Alright, so let's get back to the summoning here. We've got 75 more that it may take to get her. We'll see how far we can get. Let's summon. Here we have Romnos, the 2-star defender, and this one is the one who cannot stay out of the drink, but when he's healthy, he's mighty hard to take down. Shelar, the 3-star fighter chick. Aaron, we haven't gotten him this summoning round. We've got a 3-star healer, gifted if not impatient. Aaron uses AoE to heal units and provide debuffs. He's I've used him a few times. I guess that's about the best I can say from him. I think he has something that may clear a detriment. I'm not sure. And then we have Camille, the 3-star healer from the Watcher faction. And she's a pretty good starter healer. Single target healer. Here's Halder. Halder is a traveling mercenary who is trying to repay a debt that saved his very life. He's a 2-star fighter, I believe. Camille again. 3-star healer from the Watcher faction. She does the heals. And Hayden, the 2-star fighter who is hulking and tanky. Narvi is a 3-star fighter. She is useful for some time because she gives inspiration points, or inspiration, not inspiration points. That's D&D, different game. She gives inspiration to those around her, and a couple of people I think inspire around. Um, Gogren is a 3-star fighter. Stained Crimson, this feral beast rouses allies with his war cry and goes berserk when his health is low. Apparently clicked on summon again. Alright, now we have School. A 3-star fighter with a galvanizing roar. School boots allies and lays enemies low. Able to regenerate health when low. Haven't ever used School for that I can recall. If I did, then it was very briefly. It's a possibility. There are some of these ogre types that I've used now and then. We have 3-star Defender Rex. I think he's from the Watcher faction, and he's from Creator, 2-star Defender, and he is constantly in search of his lost love. Leon is a 2-star marksman from the Piercer faction and one of the better greens, if not the best green in the game. Jonas is a 2-star fighter who is a classic drunkard with a spear. Arlo is a 2-star fighter who's a masked man of the people. And Marine, you know, she's something. I don't know. She's a 3-star marksman. I think she's from Piercer, and I don't remember what her other faction is. She's okay. I can't say she's bad. At the beginning of the game, she works all right. Here we have Arlo. Again, he's a 2-star fighter, masked man of the people, walking around, being all dark and shady. Here's Ogre, 3-star fighter, the epitome of a berserker. Shields won't help when he goes into a rampage. And Remnose, the 2-star defender. He likes himself a drink now and then as well. Cute is the 3-star marksman who is also a goblin, adding more to the goblin team. And Walgrat, the 2-star mage. Running with a band of thieves, Walgrat slows enemies with his putrid magic while increasing his own speed. He is I think he's considered a goblin as well. We haven't pulled as many goblins this time around. We're going for humans and things this time. We have Halder, the 2-star fighter. He's searching for a way to repay debt that saved his very life. Another Walgrat, the 2-star mage who just got a moment ago. Bubble Root, the 3-star fighter from the Watcher faction. He's one of the first people I think that you get. He's one of the first people that I got. I think. I'm not sure if everyone gets him in the storyline or not. Shelor is a 3-star fighter, and she goes into a frenzy if left to her own devices. Gonqua, the 3-star mage from the Esotericist faction. I believe he does a little bit of slowing and a little bit of DPSing. Here we have Muriel. Alright, I've gotten Muriel before. I didn't write her down as being amazing, so I'm guessing she's kind of on the not amazing side of things. I don't even have her on the mediocre list, which implies that I was unimpressed. She's a 4-star defender from the Watcher faction, the paladin you need at your side. Muriel can heal herself and others, all while dishing out damage. I'm not sure why I was unimpressed with her, but I must have been. Oh, we have Wargrip once more. 2-star mage goblin guy. And Langling, 2-star healer. He can dispel negative effects. That's his primary benefit, I think. He doesn't just heal, he dispels. Arlo is a 2-star fighter who's a masked man of the people. He certainly does get around, there's no doubt of that. And Hayden, the 2-star fighter who is bulking and tanky, and he's the guy you want on your side if you're in the green area. Liam is a 2-star marksman from the Piercer faction. Pretty decent green. Followed by Jonas, a 2-star fighter who is a classic drunkard with a spear. That's alright as long as he can keep on standing up. And Cutter, the 2-star marksman from the Piercing faction. Comes in handy now and then. Jonas, the 2-star fighter who is the drunkard with a spear. We've seen him a good number of times this session. Yay, another E-troll. That's exactly what we wanted. 4-star marksman from the Watcher and Piercer trial. We have a good, we got a few of those now to awaken her. Maybe we can get her fully awakened by the time all is said and done. Followed by John Carr. Now, John Carr, I think, is not amazing, and in fact, maybe he's no good at all. But he's a 4-star fighter from the Esotericist clan faction. Death is only the beginning. John Carr curses blocked enemies and attacks multiple units at once. And I think, for a faction trial, I feel like I was using him. Perhaps. Maybe. Not sure. We got Sorzus, the 3-star mage from the Nightmare faction. He is, I believe mine is possibly already awakened all the way, but I'm not sure. And there's Nero, the 3-star mage from the Cultist and Watcher faction. Nero's a flame-cloaked master of AoE damage and faction leader of the Cursed Cult. Crank the heat. Cody says I used him a lot while progressing, but he falls off pretty hard. I think you're talking about Joan Carr there, probably. I feel like, I just feel like he's kind of not very good, right? Like, I didn't even put him on my mediocre list because I kind of looked at him and I was like, I'm just not impressed, Here we have Sheila again, 3-star fighter. We're down to 158 diamonds at the moment, just to let you guys know. So let's see how this goes. Got an ad, that's too bad. Let's see. Bill says, Joan Carr is way better than the Cyclone guy. Yes, I would agree with that. Cyclone is pretty garbage. I tried him for a while. We got Layman, 2-star healer. Devout as can be. He dispels negative effects, keeping down those in the fight. Now we gotta go do something because we're down to 70. We've got overflow of 21 heroes. And just to see where we're at, we have 34 pulls away from 200. So, let's see what we can do about this situation. First and foremost, let's come over here. We got 9 background fights complete. We got 7,020 gold, 5,670 XP potions, 90 of all of the insignia of marksmen, 3 legendary extracts, and 100 divine emeralds. So, all well and good there. Let's go check the mine real quick. We got 1,450 coins, 800 XP potions, 4 stamina, and 2 mithril in the mine. Alright, now let's hop over to events, where we have various things to click on. Celestial gifts, no, let's go away. Okay, let's go to Spiritual Altar first, actually, and claim all of this stuff. So we got 200 diamonds, 300,000 gold, and then another 300 diamonds there. That'll give us a few more pulls. And then let's go to War Fates. Enter that, where we have 100 legendary skill dust to claim. back over there and go to magic paint because we have some quest completion here, at least one. Spend 1500 stamina during the event gives us 3 ancient summoning crystal shards and 10 paint tubes. So, paint tubes, cool. Let's do that. Alright. We have what must be silver here, right? Ah, spot has already been confirmed. What spot has already been? Oh, I see. You have to select in order, right? So what are we missing here? We're missing green and then silver. So we chose everything wrong in those 2 spots, which is fine because we chose everything right in some previous ones. So we got 300,000 gold for that. All right, now we're just gonna randomly do like so. We missed all of them, unsurprisingly. What's interesting is it doesn't seem to be letting us repeat. Let's just switch them around the opposite direction. Nice. Cool. Got a huge stamina potion. Alright, now just insufficient paint tubes now. We can't randomly do it this time. Alright, back out of here. And let's see. What more do we have? We have some heroes we can sell off, but let's come over here and check out what we've got here. So we did get to the end of this. Got 1 ancient summoning crystal there. Very nice. I like that. Out of there. We don't have to worry about that anymore. Now let's go to heroes. And first and foremost, I want to check on awakenings before I do silly things. So let's see what we can do about awakening up Etril again. And that's going to get her to awakening 3, so that's pretty good. Activating limitless shots restores 5% rage for allies. That's useful. Cool. We also got a 4-star psychic power there. Now, curiosity makes me check. The next thing will be attack speed plus 25, and the one after that, during the effect of limitless shots, every kill extends its duration by 3 seconds. Well, that's nice. Alright. Cool. Let's go on down. Let's see if we can awaken anybody else. Should be able to, I think, but I'm not 100% sure. Also gonna have to pull some people later out of the bag and try to awaken them. You know what's interesting and distracting somewhat is I just realized that I actually have something for a tactician. Is it an artifact? Perhaps. Yes, it is. Cool. So I have this for him. Increases damage by 10%. After moving, gains an extra 5% damage for 10 seconds. Super cool. Alright. Now back to the awakening I was working on here. Alright. And it's not looking like I actually have anybody who can be awakened right now. So, let's get out of here and go to... I think let's go to selling stuff. 1s and 2s, of course, there aren't any 1s here. And keep... Okay. We need to make some money, but I'll still stick with my keeping 4 copies for the moment. And then, again, if I end up needing the room, then I'll go with that when it becomes relevant. Alright, so let's dismiss these guys. Making a little bit of room that way. And then let's check here. Now I don't need any of these guys who aren't useful to be kept. For any reason I can think of anyway. Alright, so let's dismiss these guys. Alright, cool. And now we should be able to grab the guys from the backup storage and throw them into the hero storage, I think. Yes, very good. And now, let's see if I can awaken anybody else real fast. I say real fast. We'll see if it's fast. Yes, we can. Alright, so each one gets another awakening here. Awesome. That gives her attack speed plus 25. I think this is really going to help each will be better because she's been underperforming. We got 1 4-star psychic power there. I had considered awakening her with some of those purple soul stones I had the other day, but then after finding out she was going to be on this banner, I thought, you know, probably a better idea not to do. Let's awaken out Jonkar here, who is questionable, but better awakened than not awakened, I'm sure. So that gives him attack plus 200, and we get a 4-star psychic power for that. I do appreciate them giving those out. Now we have 2 of this girl here, whoever this girl is. Who's this? This is the Muriel girl. So yeah, I haven't done anything with her. And I assume I don't have any awakened that I just accidentally went by, because that would be silly. Let's make sure before I foolishly awaken somebody who doesn't need to be awakened. Alright, looks fine. 2 copies of Muriel means we can use 1 to awaken. And that'll be good if I ever use it for anything. When Hymn to the Light is triggered, restores 25% HP for all allies. Gil says just need 1 more Etril, right? And Cody says, yeah, Etril's A5 is huge. It looks good. Yeah. I appreciate the potential there. We'll see if it comes to fruition or not, but certainly it seems like it will be a good thing to have. Let's go ahead and again check on these guys because we just drug some out of the bags, and so may as well do that. Alright, dismiss those. And then check on the 3 stars. And probably we won't be having much to dismiss here, if any, but we'll see. We have a sources. And a Gonkaba, looks like. And even a near. Alright, so we did get a little bit out of that. Excellent. 150 diamonds. There. Okay. Down to 154 out of 220 possibles in the hero bag, so that's good. Now, back to the summoning window where we have, haha, I also failed to start a background fights running. So, let's go back out there in a minute. But first, let's claim these things here. 10 diamonds and 2 rare summoning crystals. That'll get us a little bit further. Not a lot. About 20 summons worth between the 2. Which is halfway to the new ability meet, so getting close. Alright, let's start some background stuff running. I've already done like 9 of the mages and marksmen. I've done a good bit of all of these different things. But maybe I do some more. Maybe we do 9 more endurances. Or no, how about 9 more melees? That's the one I need more than the others. So let's do 9 more melees. And so we need 171 for this. Let's use 3 of these and get 180. So start there. Alright, now back over to the summons, methinks. Alright, Argent summoning. Got all the good stuff going here. Let's do it. What's interesting is the chances are up 20 times to get Idril, as well as to get Anora. When you pull a legendary, you have a 20 times chance to get Anora, and when you pull an epic, you have a 20 times chance to get Idril. Okay. Anyway, moving forward. Just a thought going on in the back of my mind here. Alright, so we got Aaron, a 3-star healer. He is the one who is gifted, if not impatient. Still haven't figured out exactly what the connection there is between being gifted and being impatient. I don't know if they're trying to say that gifted people are impatient, or if they're trying to say that gifted people are not impatient. Rogers is a 2-star defender fellow. He is, I believe he's hulking and tanky, probably. Followed by Walgrad, the 2-star mage who, I don't know, he's got putrid magic that he throws around, that's for sure. And Liam is the 2-star marksman from the Piercer faction, who's not horrible. That's the best I can say about these guys sometimes. That means great. Screef is a 2-star marksman. He's going to drag you into the dark before plugging you with his daggers. Alright. Here we have Oko. He's an ogre. He's a 3-star ogre who also happens to be a fighter. And you want to watch out because he will enter a terrible rage and just destroy everything around him in true ogre fashion. Or orc. I think he's an ogre. Ogre makes sense for ogre. And here we have Dag, 3-star lord of the northern faction, who is a defender, and she's pretty good defender for a blue. Arlo, 2-star fighter, who is a master man of the people than Arlo. Wagrak is the 2-star mage who uses his putrid magic to, I think he slows people down and things like that. Crater is a 2-star defender who is constantly in search of his lost love. And if she's hiding that hard, maybe she doesn't want to be found. Here we have Amelie, the 3-star marksman, and we got one copy of her a little bit earlier. I don't know a whole lot about her, other than what I've read, just up right there. Here we have Glenn, 3-star defender, who turns to prayer to deflect and protect his allies. Then we have Sorzes, once more. He's a 3-star mage from Nightmare faction. I've got him all awakened, and I sold one of them just a little bit ago. Then there's Liam, the 2-star marksman guy from the Piercer faction. Followed by Halder, 2-star fighter. He's a traveling mercenary who's looking to pay a debt that saved his very life. And then Decimus, a 3-star fighter, relentless to D. This undead warrior stays in the fight even after his health has been depleted. He's useful in some places for sure. One thing that has those guys that run at you and blow up is useful. Here we have Voltus, the 3-star mage from the Voltus faction. Voltus, assigned to protect the commander, possesses electrical powers of mysterious Origin. Too rare. It's devastating storm. And then Jonas, the 2-star fighter, your classic drunkard with a spear. He may be a deserter, but sure can bolster himself in a fight. That was the last of those. Let's see if I can do anything to get some more. We've got 10 more demons from there. And then let's go look in the heroes window and see if we have anything more we can do about selling some people. Try to get something. Who knows? We'll see. I certainly can sell some of these in a pinch. Right now, I'm going to just see if I have any extras. And if I do, I'm going to start with those. If I don't, then we may sell some of these. I think that was 4. And then we have Dagna, so she can go. Sure. Sorzus can go. Decimus can go. So yeah, we're going to be able to get another couple of pulls without having to make any concessions. That's 240. And it's 203, so let's go check and see if Root has anything that will help us out. I don't see anything there, but let's refresh. We have 3 refreshes, and there's a possibility that we can get some cheaper summoning crystals on here. Let's get these auto fight chances for 18,700. Refresh again. Ah, there we go. There's a crystal for only 70 diamonds. And we also have some more of these auto fight chances for 25,000. We'll take those. Use the 500 refresh. And nothing there. Do it again. And we got another bunch of auto fight chances. We'll do the 1,000 refresh. See if we can get any more. Nothing yet. Okay, there we go. Another one for 70. Let's go try using what we have and see where we end up. But events, spiritual altar, and claim this 5-star psychic power token right there. Cool. Anything else? No, everything else looks fine at the moment. So, alright, back to summon. We have 2 summoning crystals and enough that we could do another summon with the crystals, but maybe, or with the diamonds rather, but maybe I hold off for a minute on that. Let's summon twice here. We've got Halder, 2-star fighter, traveling mercenary who is trying to repay a debt that saved his very life. And then number 2 is Liam, the 2-star marksman from the Fiercer tribe. Alright, he is a decent dude there. Alright, back out. Now, the next thing to do is just determine, okay, what can I do to get more diamonds? So, we got 700 tokens, 400 XP potions, 1 stamina, 1 diamond, 1 auto fight chance, and 1 mithril here. Claim those, first and foremost. And then, let's see. There are some options. But I think maybe, first of all, let's come and claim this harbor. Haha. That was 30 beef and 30 blazing chilies. I accidentally clicked twice. And then we'll set sail for some more of that. But then next, I have some things that I need to advance. So, let's go for, I think, the War Ring. And then Void Rift. Right? I think that's a good idea. Make some progress here. Probably get some diamonds along. Alright, what do we have here? No one shall stand in my way, for I am the one who brings calamity. Upon receiving fatal damage for the first time, Torador will eliminate all units ahead of him immediately. Ooh. Well, I'm not all about that. Let's not be eliminating. Alright, I wonder how far does he get to do this? And where does he come from? Where does he go? Why is his name not Cotton Eye Joe? He is immune to all crowd control effects except slow. He destroys all units within 4 tiles ahead and ignites the area. No units can be placed on the burning tiles. That sounds terrible. We hate it. Defiance 2, Torador is immune to fatal damage 1 time. Upon activating this immunity, he restores his HP to full and casts Mighty Smash immediately. He has Furious Smash, deals massive damage to all enemies within 2 tiles ahead. And he has Flame Fusion, absorbs flames on the battlefield to become stronger and gain attack. Nasty. There's also Armored Undead Skeletons. Sand Takers. Sand Takers deal massive damage to all adjacent units with Sands of Annihilation, and it says bodies resurrected and enhanced by necromancy. Wandering in the desert, they bring storms everywhere they go. And then we have Axe Slaughterer. Alright. So, let's engage in battle. And if he is going to be like that, fortunately we have Idril ready for just such an occasion. And again, the VP suggested for this stage is much lower than what we have. It's 121,800. And Cody says, I thought Kip was Barry Allen for a sec. Sheesh. Yeah, that's right. All right. And our current VP is 461,837. All right. Here we go. All right. I didn't even change my brood book. I just kept it as it is. Now, I have no idea where that guy's going to come from. Is that him over there? Hold on. What's this business up there? Who knows? Maybe I don't want to do anything crazy right there, right now. All right. I wonder where he's going to come from. I kind of feel like maybe that's him up there at the top. The next question is, do I care? Another important point. Okay. So we only have 2 platforms to put people on. Let's assume I don't need any healing. And white. 4 tiles in front of him means that somebody could stand there safely. So why don't I put him here? Sure. Put him here. And then we can probably take care of the majority of this. We can stick people like me here. Stick Nitro out here. And she should be able to hit whoever this boss guy is, wherever it comes from. And then we can put Arrogance up at the top, out of range of the guy, assuming he stands right there. I don't know. Let's see. Seems fine. Comes from the top left, says Cody. Well, that's surely top right, though. So Gluttony has already gotten beaten up a little bit somehow. I wasn't paying attention. I wonder if he's the only thing that comes from the top left. And I didn't pay attention to whether I needed anybody to not die or anything crazy like that either. Oh, of course, yes. Gluttony is going to have to fight for himself there. That's why he was injured there. But he has this cool little thing where he heals himself a bit anyway. So I could have put Wrath there, but I put Gluttony. Could still put Wrath somewhere just to give people some attack speed boost. Um, no real reason to, but I could. I've really never used Volca. She's given to me in a lot of these, and so far I haven't really had any interest in her. Possibly because I don't really understand the entirety of what she does. She marks a target and makes them, you know, um, and it's the one who has the highest XP or HP rather, inflicting vulnerability to magic and physical damage. Lasts for 15 seconds, and if they die, then she restores hit points and 2 stacks of Scarlet Permanent. I mean, that's all fine and well. I just haven't really, I guess, had any use for her yet. Ah, when you said top left, you actually meant top left. That right there. Um, so I've got, I guess I can use her and maybe knock him out a good bit. I don't know. Um, we shall see what happens. He's wandering around the top here. It's going to give Arrogance a shot to get him, but I guess when he reaches some point, he's going to stop and blow up. Is that what the flame fusion is all about? Perhaps. Not really sure. He's only halfway dead right now. Unfortunately, I can't like click on the enemies and see what their abilities are. Um, I would rather be able to do that um, whenever we're fighting, or like you can do it in the arena. You can look at the opponent's guys to at least some extent, but in the campaign style things, you can't really see what their abilities are anymore. So if I had placed people a little bit better, then I would be able to be damaging them right now. But if I had, then I could just put her here and have her beat on him for a minute. She won't be beside him, right? She's gonna be, or she is beside him. She's not in front of him, so she won't be killed theoretically. I wonder if that actually works right now. It doesn't, because he's not. I wonder if it's not activated or something. He's not taking damage. It's like removed from combat. I guess because he was getting larger. I don't know. Got nothing. Well, that's good to me. Now he's gonna blow up Arrogance. So how about we just remove Arrogance in advance, and then we'll put out this girl. Has he already done this thing? I guess he already did this thing. All right. So now we'll put her out because she's intended for this anyway, right? Or is that the bad thing that goes? No, that's obviously not the bad thing. Okay, so we only have one more guy to kill here, or yeah, he's our last person. So let's go ahead and just throw some folks onto him to do some DPS. And hey, we could even throw out Dao Chan for some DPS increase and put Baron here. And what? Maybe no, we can't stick Morgan anywhere. There's no space for her. There's no real need to have these guys down. And if we want to move them that way, we can. Baron's gonna get mightily smashed in a second. Ooh, ouch, that was terrible. The mighty smash was heavy. There's nothing to do about that thing. So, can't quite get her up. Throw him out, see if we can get it. Shoot him, shoot him. think he's gonna make it. Alright, so now that we know what's gonna happen, first off, don't shoot the guy when he's doing his thing. Um, doesn't help. It says he'll eliminate all units ahead of him immediately after receiving fatal damage. That wasn't exactly what seemed to happen. But, but let's see. We don't need a bunch of these guys, rather, who are going on pedestals because they're not, there's no room for them. So there's no real need to have any. And the thing is, could just line up fighters. We've got some guys we could put out. I haven't done much with some of these guys, so I can't really do much beneficial in certain regards. Now, we currently have Morgan, who is useless for this fight. Well, useless isn't actually true, but I don't think she's necessary, let's say that. We can could just do Ain and Regulus. Probably want to save Arrogance for after he comes around, after he's already done his thing. Now, the flaming pools only seem to happen near the end, even though I thought it was supposed to happen immediately after he received fatal damage, but no, it's not what it looks like happened. Maybe we'll try it again, and maybe this time I'll line up with some guys. I don't know, we'll see. Okay, so starting with Adrian at the top, that worked perfectly fine. You can face down and you can face to the side. And that'll be perfectly fine here. That's more than enough. We can stick Adrian out, that was fine. Edril, perfect, just fine. From there. Now let's see what all the spots are when I go to put arrogance down where people can be put. He is going to hit immediately. Theoretically immediately when he comes. Strangely, but I saw right now. I think I'll wait and put Xena out first. Seems to make sense. Whenever he comes into play. We put Xena out after doing Edril's ultimate. Bill says there's an ad. And Cody says, you're at that. Cody says Volk is really good. I'm just used to her at A5 at some point, though. Yeah. I haven't, like I said, I haven't really used Volk yet. She's just kind of there. Okay, there we have him. So let's put that there, and then, oh, hold on, he's got a timer on him right now, so we can't actually do anything to him from where he's at. But, like, I don't care if Xena gets killed. So let's throw Xena out as soon as he steps into this range. Started putting her out too soon, so now we have to wait for the slowest walk to come forward. So close, though. One more step. Welcome back, Bill. Let's see here. Someday he's gonna make it. His foot is going to enter, and there we go. All right, so that's what we needed. All right, so we knocked him out. Let's go ahead and pick her back up, I think. And now he's back up. The question is, what does that mean? Because he didn't really seem to do anything right away. It indicated that he would. But that's not the way it actually went. He's trying to do this mighty smash, and it seems like it kind of just takes Baron out when he does that. It did last time. These guys, yes, it took them both out, but no, nothing flat. No problem. Now I wonder if she can hit a couple ahead. So let's go ahead and put her out. I don't know if that was the best choice or not, but I feel like it was kind of okay halfway. Furious Smash is gonna definitely hurt. Well, I thought it would. I guess not. It didn't. Maybe that's because of... No, I don't know. No idea. Gonna go ahead and pick up him and the lightning. We got Furious Smash happening again. Regulus has some good stuff here. This is a slow thing we have going on here. What does Volca do? Oh yeah, she does something. Let's make her thing go off. And then let's also shoot him with Idril. Alright, well, it worked. That's what matters, right? Welcome back, Cody. Alright, so, exploration progress, 29%. Let's have a look at this. Okay, alright. Idril did very well. Check that out. Of course, Arrogance wasn't really doing anything because he was mostly up there by himself, but occasionally he had things to kill. Alright, let's pick up all this loot here. And we got one mythic extract, 20 diamonds, 20,000 gold, 10,000 hero XP potions, and one rare summoning crystal. So that's good. Moving in the right direction there. We have this portal, but we've not explored much of this map yet, so 31% is insufficient yet, tell you. Obviously, I missed something somewhere. Maybe down. Who knows? Maybe not. I don't know. It's a tough thing. It seemed like I've been it. Have been. Maybe it's... I don't know. Maybe it just means 31% of the entire prologue house. Nothing doing down here. Okay, well, we'll go then, I suppose. To the portal. Alright. Let's see. Here we have a dude. He says, warning, intruders detected. The Restorer can quickly restore Golem Construct's HP. Prioritize his elimination to mitigate his impact. Alright, the Restorer. The Restorer is the mad elf guy we have here. He's a gnomish fellow, it appears. He has light armor, he's ranged, he's magic, and he has repair laser. Restores HP for the Golem construct with the lowest HP within 2 tiles. He's immune to all crowd control effects except slow, as so many things are. a peculiar magical race with a human-like appearance and extremely short stature, sporting long beards, so it isn't them. They were specially raised by the mages of the White Tower and possessed novice magical abilities that allow them to attack and repair golem constructs. Man, sounds like an... Cody says, I actually love they added autos to the Void Rift bosses now. Autos. Okay. Auto fights? Auto battles? We got the uncommon destroyers. They have the heavy armor. Bookkeepers deal massive magical damage to the target and their adjacent heroes. Bookkeepers manage the grimoires stored in the White Tower. They are masters of magic, gaining knowledge about magic by serving the grimoires. Common destroyers they have heavy armor, and it says here, this golem construct is crafted from precious white enchanted stones with exquisite carving spells and imbued with magical knowledge. It can only be activated through the use of magic energy that will attack enemies with sword sharp. So, mages and marksmen will both come into play, these guys. And we have a special assist here. We know nothing about this special assist, except that he appears to be dwarvish in nature. Bill says, I know, right? I hated manual fighting them every time. Cody says, yeah, previously I had to manually do them every week, but now we can auto them. Okay. I have not, this is my first time through the event, so I'm not really sure what the repeatable portion of is yet. Okay. Let's move forward as is, I think. I don't know which melee spots will be available and which ones won't. So we'll just progress, Let's just progress. Okay, so we only have 2 spots they're coming, 3 spots they're coming from. I wonder, 4 spots. There's a 4th one hiding around over there. Okay. Well, then, in that case, I suppose I should be more careful in how I do this. I didn't pay attention to which way they're going first, so we'll just stick Arrogance over here, and then we'll stick Edrin over here. And somewhere, there's going to be a little gnome dude that we've got to keep an eye out for and go kill him. I don't see him yet. Could do this and get the end going on somebody. I'm not sure if it's a good idea, but it feels okay. There's the gnome dude, I bet. Alright, gnome dude. How can I kill you? How best... And what are you, anyway? Gains freeze and a shield and all that business. How about we just throw her out here for this duty? And maybe, I don't know, maybe Phelan too, for that matter. And beating up on Arrogance down there, can you believe it? I guess I'll put Baron out. Alright, so now I feel like we can throw... Oh, the Bookkeeper is coming. It deals AoE damage and stuff. So let's throw... pros and cons to all this, but I think I'll put Dao Jiang right here, and we can switch her over to DPS until such time that that she needs to do some healing. Alright, so the Bookkeeper is making his way down to Edrin over here. Switch her over and get some heals in. And then back. Boy, he does some damage, doesn't he? Dang. Oh, tough guy. Alright. Phelan is next. And how about we throw Laurel out there as well? Could have put Wrath down there to block. Man, lots of these guys, huh? Might do that for the next set of them. Now, where all are we heading, realistically, though? It's just Phelan at this point who's advantage to load. So it feels like maybe then I put in here. Sure. And then let's throw Kane over here and put on that. What is up with this dwarf? Gains freeze and a shield equal to 120% of max health. During the effective freeze, the freeze effect will disappear with the shield. Alright. Let's see. What do we have? We have her here, right here, and covers to there. So let's go ahead and try to blow this guy up a little faster. Actually, failed. That's alright. These guys over here to the bottom right are definitely piling up, aren't they? Or even, okay, so interestingly, we don't really have much making its way down to Etran. In fact, I don't know if anything's made its way down to Etran now. And get ready with our replacement guy here. And then we'll stick Arrogance back behind him. And that ought to solve that issue. Alright, here comes a tanky golem guy. Followed by another one. Cody says that Nora is super good for them big guys. Nora is a distant dream at the moment. Alright. So that solves that. We've got 35% exploration progress. Let's look at this. So Phelan did alright. Of course, it was just because I had a healer out there keeping them alive by the time we got her out. Like, you know, what smart people do. Alright, another rift has emerged, quickening the pace. I don't know about all that. We're gonna come get some of these random chests and things instead. How's about? Got some auto fight chances. And hey, look, some diamonds. Perfect. That's exactly what we need. Hey, who are you? Are you also enticed by the promise of limitless treasures within this void? Not especially. Crimson Guard can corrupt tiles when dealing damage to its targets. Consider strategically positioning a hero to divert its focus. Well, how would we do that? Alright, we have here the Restorer. We need to kill him, we know that. With the Crimson Guard, deals damage to the target and corrupts the tile, continuously dealing damage to any hero positioned on it. Okay. The Golem construct infused with ferocious otherworldly energy, possessing formidable destructive power. And then we have the uncommon destroyers. Alright. Interesting. Engage. Okay, let's look at the map. We have one portal to defend. They've got a bajillion portals. I think that's the technical term for what they have. Now, why does it look like some of them are air portals? That's what I want to know, because I don't see any flying kind of guys. So what's up here? Why do we have these air portals? Am I just crazy? Alright. Strategically placing soldiers. Yeah, we'll see about that. Let's see what it looks like. Alright, first of all, we have only a few places that people can be placed. So we'll start with the old standby here of arrogance. And then we're going to put, it's a tough thing. What do I want to do? I'll put Baron behind. And then let's look at getting somebody out who can do some damage. And Brienne is the one who shows up first. I'm not sure that's the one I want to do. Where else can we put these guys? Okay, there is the only spot in melees. So keep going forward. And let's get Phelan out here. Well, that's a tough thing, really. Where exactly do I want to put Phelan? No. Pros and cons of placement. I think what I'll do is not do that yet. I think I'll just put a knife here. Start with that. And then, I don't know, Brienne here. And then let's get Dao Chan out. Now we have there the dude with the long beard. He's the restorer. Watch out for that guy. He's no good at all. But I think we could put Wrath here to carefully. Try that. Now, let's stick. I think we stick Laurel here. Now here comes some guard. They're the big bads who are gonna do the things we don't like. But we also don't know which direction they're going to go right now. So, just going to have to figure it out, I suppose. She's got the corrupted tile right there. It should be. Oh, you know what? It's not going to be okay for Raph to have a corrupted tile. Because Raph is. He only heals with his. When he attacks. So that's going to be a shame real fast. And we got Laurel next. It's a real problem. Huh. Let's think about this for a second. Wonder what this guy's deal is. Look here. Can you hit things immediately? Probably not. Let's wait and not looking at it. Couldn't quite get that off in time. Ouch. Some hard hits that got going there. Alright, this is going to be an issue. Right now, we still have an eye up, but not for long. She will be down soon enough. And we've still got one of those little dudes out there doing the things with the stuff. So, we could put him here to deal with this. And you can hit ahead a little ways. You hit ahead far enough to matter. And what's your deal? Okay. Okay, there's somebody coming the other direction. Let's try here to deal with him. We have Raph back. Probably need to stick somebody out there. You can put that Chan out here. Let's see here. Dale says, oh, this is the stage with the flying guys that corrupt the tiles. That's correct. They're quite nasty. Let's see here real quick. I better do whatever this is. Don't need to do anything in that direction. This is no good on that side of things. Is that a corrupt his tile? No. Alright, now they're probably gonna head down Chan. Thoughts? Nothing. No thoughts. It's alright. Cody says, I hate them lightning guards. Definitely some of the most annoying. No fun. No fun at all. Dao Chan is being beaten to death. I should have picked her up at that point, really. That would have been smart. But smart is not what I'm doing right now. There's so many guys right there. I wonder how long I can throw her out here. Can she kill anybody before she dies? That's the key. She can. Turns out she can kill at least 2 of those suckers. Alright, great. Good job. Good job. And Phelan lived a decent amount of time. Truly decent. Alright. Let us throw Brian out there to try to kill those guys real quick. Close. Almost got it. Can get him with aim. And then we can pick up aim, probably. That would be the way to go. You put them down, you kill the guys, you pick them up. Okay. Alright. Stats. We've got almost 2 million for arrogance, of course. Alright, so this is fairly okay. I think I see. This. Alright. Complete. What an exhilarating battle has been. We had there some gold. And a chest with auto fight chances. And then some diamonds over here. Alright. Let's get this gold guy over here. This is the goblin king who has all of the gold in the world. He says, are you also eager to seize my treasure? The higher the deployed hero's DPS is, the more rewards you'll earn. And it's just a normal gold kind of place. We got the Diamond Goblin King, the legendary gold goblin. He steals gold from everywhere and has amassed a large fortune. And then the mythic gold goblin. So, alright, we got those guys. Let's engage in battle. See what we have. I don't really think it matters too much. It's pretty straightforward as typical general rule. I'll go ahead and guess I'll put in one that. I kind of like him there actually. It's my typical go-to. Let's just do this in a weird way. How about that? We have 136 things here to use. Maybe not him next, maybe him next? No. Maybe we want next. Could have probably done this a little differently, but that's okay. Let's do it this way. And then we'll put in here, boost them. And why do we have this guy? This is weird. Who knows? Who knows? Let's go ahead and stick her. Well, no, not her. Let's put Morgan down. And then Brian can go. Oh no, let's do her, I guess. Here. Then we'll put let me back here. Get another speed boost. Her there. Why not? Actually, I could have put her behind the line and she still could have hit. Still says they give you an assist unit in early gold drift. Volca, then go here. Even in the gold one, it's interesting. Suppose I probably could have brought Laurel along and she would have been a better choice than me for this fight. Or Dao-Chan even in DPS mode. Actually, Dao-Chan would be better. If I put her on the corner there, she could hit a bunch of people and increase the DPS. Oh well. Alright, 54% through in the exploration progress. Um, of the casters, Morgan did the most, followed by an eye. Okay, well, it's fine. They were the only two that went out, so. Alright, so let's loot all this stuff real fast. So, we got some diamonds and we got some gold. Ah, wait, there's stuff up here. There's some more diamonds there. Now there's a guy here. I think we do him. And then we'll go check on other, see what we've got out there in the summons. Alright, warning, intruders detected. Crimson Guard can corrupt tiles when dealing damage to its targets. Defeated as soon as possible. Yeah, I got that. Got that. And so, the way to go, really, is to target those guys. Flying, I didn't check to see where the flying things were, or anything. Okay, so we've got one spot that they're coming from, looks like. And Morgan did the most damage in the air. I don't have Morgan here because I'm silly. So let's see if we can solve this problem in short order. Not sure. I'm gonna put arrogance over here. Maybe switch it up and do Edron in front of him. Maybe. Yeah, we're gonna do it. Let's see if they can just DPS him down and not have to worry about getting beaten on so much. Scribing her here. Ah, the guy over there coming from that way. It's no bueno. We can't stop them until they get to here. Well, that's just nasty. Unless we have somebody shooting that direction. I don't know what I did that for. Seemed like a good idea at the time. So we don't have anybody left who can shoot these. We could heal, and maybe that would be sufficient. Let's find out. Wrath heals himself as he damages, so it's kind of okay for him to get beaten up a little bit. Now those guys are coming out that direction, which is not the way I was hoping they were coming from, but here's what it is. Arrogance is almost dead over there. Could have brought Idril, now that she's a little bit better. That might not have been a bad idea. Oh, I apparently have some spots I can put people up here. Didn't realize. Okay. It's good to know. Probably don't even need Dao Chen down here at this point then. I wonder. I'll move her up there. It'll take a minute. Is it worth it to try that? We'll wait. Alright, so arrogance went down, which was expected. Let's put them down. So actually those guys don't have a very long range. It's not all that bad. What am I doing with it? I'm not clicking buttons is what I'm doing. Those mages are real pips, you know? Killing off my guys and all that. There went Laurel. Too bad, too bad. But arrogance will be ready again here in a moment. So, we'll pick up him and put him down. There he went, and now we'll put down their assists that they give us. And so we're 60% through that. It wasn't the best placement in the world, but it was effective at this time. Let's grab this stuff. We got 7 diamonds, 30 stamina, and 8,000 hero XP potions. And then let's go back, well, let's go to storage and claim all this stuff. 1 mythic extract, 62 diamonds, 20 battle fight chances, 60,000 gold, 90 stamina, 34,000 XP potions, and 1 rare summoning crystal there. Go back to camp. And I want to check on Barut over here and see if he has anything fun in his wares. Alright, he has nothing exciting. Too bad. Alright, in that case, what do I have? I have 1 summoning crystal and 185 diamonds. I dislike that situation. So, I think I will go to Balut again and refresh his screen here for 1,000 coins. See if we can find anything better with some refreshes. Throw some money at it, right? Okay, nothing so far. Got some auto fight chances, I'll grab those. Ah, now it wants diamonds to refresh. We're not doing that. That is not the way to a happy future. Alright, let's check over here. What does she got? 2,000 coins, 10,350 XP potions, 6 stamina, and 1 mythical. And all that stuff. We're gonna get out of here. Can do some background quests, I think. Background raids, that is. Well, I suppose, okay. How many summons do we have left to get? 14 more somehow. Might can, but we'll have to, like, be pretty careful. We've got 1 here. What else can we get them from, first of all? Alright, we need to do just a little bit more to get another one from this. We have, I don't know. Let's go to the quests. Log in for 2 days. You can't do these things. Stay online for 10 hours during the event. Okay, we've stayed online for 4 hours during the event. We've got 6 hours to go. Eliminate 4,000 monsters during the event. Okay, we're working our way toward that. Friendship points 80 times. Hey, we can do that right now. Let's go do it. Claim some friendship points. There you go. And now, we can't claim 80 times. Claim once. Let's go back. See what else we got. Obtain 50 pieces of gear from Gear Raid. Okay. Then rewards from Dre's Chasms. Okay, so we can do Gear Raid instead of what we've been doing. And that can be a background thing. We can do that right now. Matter of fact. Go to Raids, and then Gear Raids. And probably, let's see, I'm probably furthest along in this one, which is stage 17. I don't know, let's check. Step 17 on that one, 17 on that one, 13 on this one. So anything else? Dill says I gotta run to the store. I'll be back if you're still streaming when I get back. Well, awesome. See you then. We need weapons and breastplates. We're gonna do this real quick. On stage 16. Auto fight. Max that out. And we can do it 5 times. Sure, we can't do it right now because we already have a background fight in progress here. I wonder what on. Oh, okay. It's on number 9 of 9 of those. Can't even remember what they are. Send them on some kind of quest. So that'll be done in a moment, though. And then we can do the Gear Raid ones. Alright. And that will move us along in the killing of monsters thing and in the getting of gear thing, this would be good. Why don't we just end now? Save those coins. We got 6,240 coins, 8,568 XP potions, 2 mythic extracts, 80 of each of the insignia of melee attacks, 1 legendary extract from that. Let's go click here. And then go over to raids, and we're gonna run some gear raids. And then I better eat something because I haven't eaten today. So we do that on Gear Raid 1, get that started on auto fights. Then I'm gonna take a break and go get some food. So got that running. And so, alright guys, I'm gonna take off for a little bit. It's been a pleasure streaming with you as always. Hopefully I'll be back probably within an hour or so. Yeah, that's the goal. If you're not following me yet, be sure to follow me and turn on notifications so that you can see when I go live. Hopefully I will see you next time. So goodbye for now.